Hi, in this video, I just want to go over one of the things I've been seeing recently that not many people talk about when you're doing cold email at scale. So when we think of deliverability, a lot of the time when we see our reply rates drop below 1%, we go straight to the infrastructure and we think, oh, it must be our inboxes are burnt or our domains are burnt. And a lot of the time that can be true, but what I've been seeing recently is that copy has been affecting the campaigns a lot more than my actual infrastructure has. So obviously we're doing like the normal things, looking for spam words before we actually send the emails and use that copy, and obviously spin taxing and all of that. But sometimes even when you do all of that, your campaigns will just suddenly stop working. Like suddenly you just stop landing in the inbox and you're really confused why. And so we've kind of implemented a testing system recently of what we go through first. Recently this happened with a client, and the first thing I went to as normal was like, it must be the infrastructure. So I bought some pre-warmed inboxes and started sending the same copy to the same list with those inboxes. And I got the same results. The reply rate was still down. So that's what made me think, okay, what's going on here? So then I did a test to my own inbox, and this is where it basically showed what the problem was. So instead of getting it, the email landed in spam, but when I clicked on the email and saw the warning at the top of the email, it was saying this copy or this email is similar to other emails that landed in spam. When you get that, that should give you the warning that it's probably going to be your copy and it's probably going to be a fingerprinting issue. So fingerprinting is where basically the cold email, the email inboxes like Google and Outlook, their algorithms spot a certain type of copy or certain words that other cold emails who have landed in spam have used. So this can actually happen if you've got a winning copy and you've scaled this to tens of thousands of contacts per month. It might work for a long time and then suddenly it just stops working, even though it's the same copy, same lists. And that is almost definitely going to be fingerprinting, as long as your infrastructure is fairly okay. And yeah, that's quite easy to test. You just send yourself an email and look at what the warning is. I also sent that same copy to some spam testers so that you can see whether it's landing in Gmail, whether it's landing in Outlook, whether it's landing in personal inboxes or business inboxes. And when I did that, I could see that that copy was landing in spam quite a lot of the time. So then you can then change the copy, and I was changing lots of parts of it. So I was changing the structure of it, making it much shorter, and sent it again, got the same issue. I tried changing the wording, sent it again, got the same issue. And what I realized, the biggest thing that I've just figured out with this is that it was all in the signature. The signature had actually been fingerprinted. So that person's signature, they'd obviously sent enough cold emails in the past or something along those lines that the spam inboxes had tracked that signature. So there's two ways around it. We could either spin tax the signature or we could just get rid of it. And when I got rid of it, and I started testing this, it started landing in my main inbox. When I did the spam test, it started landing in the inbox there. And then I relaunched the campaigns to the same list and the reply rate literally tripled. So a lot of the time, people freak out and you think it's your infrastructure and you go and buy a whole new infrastructure and you have to wait 2 weeks for it to warm up. But before you do that, I think the biggest learning I've got from this is just test your copy, see if anything has been fingerprinted, take the signature out, change the PS line, change all of the wording, the structure, and see if that actually helps. Also, a quick test you can do is take all the copy away and just send yourself an email that says, "Are you free for lunch?" Like really, really short, like 3 words. See if that lands in the inbox, because if that doesn't land in the inbox, it's probably not a copy issue, it's probably your infrastructure or something to do with the tech side. But if that does land in your inbox, then it's very likely going to be a copy issue that you need to just test and figure out. So yeah, we're creating systems now, like a checklist that we go through whenever stuff like this happens. So yeah, I hope this video has helped you. I hope it'll help you avoid having to buy a really expensive infrastructure and waste 2 weeks for it warming up when you could have fixed it with just testing copy. But yeah, if you're interested in growing your B2B company, and whether that's through content on LinkedIn or through cold outreach, you can book a call with the link below. But other than that, subscribe to the channel and thank you for watching.